Majesty, may I present Ronald the Court Jester? Oh, wonderful. What's he going to do? Juggling? Bit of slapstick? No, stand-up comedy, sir. What? So we know the King's axed a few of his previous relationships, but we're very fortunate to be joined by his current wife. Or should I say cousin?
In the 11th and 12th centuries, the term minstrel encompassed a wide range of entertainers. Singers, musicians, jugglers, tumblers, magicians, and yes, jesters. Both men and women held this title, with records even mentioning a joculatrix named Adeline who owned land in Hampshire in 1086. These minstrels weren't confined to jesting alone, they wore many hats. By the 12th century, the term fool, or follis, began to appear in documents. These jesters often received land as payment for loyal service. Imagine Roland le Péteur, a fool granted 30 acres by King Henry II. His condition? Return to the royal court every Christmas Day to leap, whistle, and fart. A peculiar job description indeed. Medieval jesters didn't perform nightly banquets. Instead, they balanced their jesting with other household duties. Some were keepers of hounds, while others traveled to markets to buy livestock for the family and their men-at-arms. Their lives were a blend of merriment and practicality. Lucky jesters caught the eye of royalty. Tom le Fool, known as Tom the Fool, performed at Edward I's daughter Elizabeth's marriage feast. His fee of 50 shillings was a fortune, considering skilled thatchers earned a mere 2.5 pence a day, and a goose cost 1.5 pence. But not all jesters basked in royal favor. Jesters weren't one-trick ponies, they needed to play instruments, tell stories, juggle, dance, and even fart a tune. Yes, multi-talented indeed. However, being a personal jester came with risks. They often accompanied their masters to battlefields, carrying messages between warring armies. Don't shoot the messenger took on a literal meaning for these brave souls. Surprisingly, female court jesters existed too. They entertained English royals, although their roles were often more humane, entertainment rather than messengers. Adeline and her fellow joculatrices left their mark, proving that jesting wasn't solely a man's domain. So let us raise a goblet to these jesters, their wit, their courage, and their ability to leap, whistle, and yes, even fart in the name of entertainment. Have you ever wondered why a good joke makes you feel so good? Why a shared chuckle can turn strangers into friends, or why a humorous perspective can lighten the heaviest burdens? As it turns out, humor does more than just tickle your funny bone, it plays a crucial role in your overall health and well-being. When laughter erupts, the brain orchestrates a symphony of neurotransmitters. Endorphins, the body's natural painkillers, flood the system, creating a sense of euphoria. Serotonin, a mood stabilizer, balances the scales, whispering reassurances. And cortisol, the stress hormone, it takes a back seat, allowing laughter to steer the ship. Output? Humor takes on many faces, each with their unique role in our lives. Take affiliative humor, for instance, the gentle ribbing and playful banter that binds us together when we share a laugh. It's the social adhesive that strengthens our connections, creating a safety net against life's storms. Then there's self-deprecating humor, the art of laughing at oneself. It's the courage to find humor in our own foibles, transforming potential embarrassment into endearing quirks. By doing so, we turn vulnerability into a superpower and stress retreats defeated. But what about gallows humor, the audacious, irreverent humor that thrives in the face of adversity? Picture a weary nurse whispering to a terminally ill patient, "Your hospital gown doubles as a superhero cape. It's a shield against despair, a talisman of resilience." And let's not forget incongruity humor, the absurd delight in life's unexpected twists. Picture waiting in an endless line, only for your child's birthday party to unfold right there. The absurdity lightens the load, making the wait bearable. However, humor is a double-edged sword. Racist or homophobic jokes slice deeper than intended, perpetuating harm and dividing us. It's essential to wield humor responsibly, using it to heal, not wound. Then there are dad jokes, those groan-inducing gems that are as endearing as they are cheesy. Picture a dad at the dinner table. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. It's an eye-rolling delight, a warm hug for the soul. Laughter isn't just good for the soul, it's good for the body too. It's not folklore, it's science. Laughter therapy can help reduce stress markers, increase endorphins, and lighten our hearts. So, embrace humor. Laugh wholeheartedly, wisely, and with empathy. Perhaps the universe itself is a cosmic stand-up routine. We are all on a quest to decipher the cosmic punchline, to unravel the joke that birthed existence. Maybe it's hidden in the curvature of space-time or whispered by neutrinos as they flit through the universe. So as you navigate the grand theater of life, remember the power of humor. Harness it, embrace it, and use it as a tool to build resilience, foster connections, and find joy in the everyday absurdity.
At least in my own mind, and that was to make my mother feel better. She was very ill in many ways, and so it was to make her feel better. I felt the need to make them feel that their life was worthwhile, that they did something special just by the very fact that they brought me into the world. Yeah. So from a very young age, I wanted to convince them that I was a miracle.
And trying to relieve my mother, who was suffering. She had rheumatoid arthritis and phlebitis and everything under the sun that was nagging at her, and she was depressed. And I wanted her to be free. And I wanted her to realize that her life was worth something because she gave birth to someone who was worth something. All spirituality is about relieving suffering. And I suddenly realized that's what I'm doing in the other room.